Hey there, I'm Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you today how I track all of my wedding videography clients, projects, films, and just like all the information about people's weddings and that I have booked in Notion. I think everyone is on the Notion train right now, but it really has been a game changer. Last year while I was pregnant and knew I was going to be needing to like really hone in on my systems because I needed to hire some extra help, I just like transferred everything over to Notion and as my like one-stop place that I just store everything. So anyway, I want to show you how I organize and track all of my booked weddings. I also created a template that you can duplicate and download a copy for yourself, which I will include down in the description. So let's go ahead and jump in and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we are in my Notion hub. I can do a whole video on this if you would like to see. The original template is from Jules Akery, and I have added a lot more like quick links, fun little GIFs to make this workspace fun, and also a little sticky note down here. Also, the way that I do all of my focus or all my goal setting is right over here. So this is my primary focus, my push goal for Q1, and I have it front and center right here that I'm able to just see it and be reminded of. But what we want to look at today is over here. So I have my biz and work section right here. I want to clean this up and make it a little bit prettier, but I just really love that I can have this link here that goes directly to my music licensing platform that I use for all of my work and weddings and YouTube. Popping over here. This is a link to open up my calendar, which I won't show you today, but I work closely with my calendar and then my tracking my booked weddings because I want my due dates right front and center, and I also want a link to be able to view the whole database. As a wedding videographer, and also with weddings last year being like the busiest year a lot of people have ever had in their businesses, I'm still getting out of my backlog with that, but this system has really helped me edit quicker. This right here, track booked weddings, that's going to take me directly to the database, but I have a whole template that has the database embedded. So this is what it looks like. These are my weddings for 2022, 2023. And as I scroll down, this is a bird's eye view of just all of the weddings that I did. I like to send them out, and I'll show you what each column represents. So this right here, I like to have the first thing I see because I send a video album with all of our couples. So any deliverables, I have it marked as pending, sent, or not applicable if that, if their package doesn't include it. Right here, raw footage. This is yes and no, if they ordered it or not. I like to put their wedding date. So this is the date of filming. I like to then put, I have it personally set a formula so that it is 15 weeks after their wedding that the film is due. So that being said, you can edit this property as well if you want to change it to 20 weeks. You can even put months, but this formula, if you go in here, be sure not to change any of these sections right here. You can just change the number here, the purple number, and then weeks, because it's being based off of this initial wedding date. You can change the name of that to project date, but it's using this property to be able to calculate this smart date for you. So yes, use wisely. Or if you know what you're doing with that, then I would say go ahead and you can adjust that formula. Okay, so I like to then just put length. This is, you can only put one number here, so mentally I just have, as a wedding videographer, I like to deliver films that are kind of like in a 2-minute range, so 4 to 6 minutes or 6 to 8 minutes. So this number represents the first number, or like the minimum length that film can be. So 4 represents a 4 to 6 minute film, 6 right here represents a 6 to 8 minute film, or 5 would be a 5 to 7 minute film. These are all my statuses once they've booked. Discovery Q&A, that's the first thing I send them. I also send them 30 days out. I also mark it that it needs a final meeting or connect with the planner. Collection, I have different wedding collections. You can put here like what they ordered from you, and then you can put some notes and then the date booked if you want. So I'm gonna now jump over to the template that I made of this to be able to show you how you can use this. So say if you have a brand new couple, I have an example right here, Stella and John at Vizcaya Museum. So this is video project workspace. Yeah, so say client number 2, say if they filmed today. Status, you can select the status. Editing by me. As you can see, the delivery date would be due on May 10th, 15 weeks from now, because it is taking it from here. And also it's like if there's information here that you don't really care about, say you really want to just track like the prices, maybe like, and this is like all the stuff that they ordered, you can change these in properties. You can simply just put, so this one in the previous example that I showed you is usually at the front because I like to just see if I've sent them their video. Okay, now this is where you always want to analyze your business and see how it's doing. I like to use the same, I'm always, like my prices are always fluctuating based on supply and demand. Really, like if I'm in a way busier season, my prices are going to be higher because my demand is just higher, whereas I'm only one person and a solo team. So that being said, I need to adjust my prices accordingly. Data and pricing insights. This section is going to be for tracking and analyzing the prices that couples book your packages for. This section has formulas built in to average your booked package prices. I like to analyze the price someone booked us for, along with the average wedding film length and what deliverables were included with that. So what I like to do is say this right here, client vids database. This is the same database as this. It's just in a different, it's just copied down here. So what I like to do is, this is really where I like to look. So say if there is like client number 3, right? And they booked, you know, a $5,000 package. See how that now changed? Let me make this. See how that changed here? And say if their film length was a 5 to 7 minute video. That changed this right here. So on average, for a 4-minute ballpark video, that would mean that my wedding collections are averaging, clients see me as a $4,333 videographer for a 4-minute video. Does that make sense? And then obviously there's other elements that are included in their packages. So like which package they got, and then also like if they have raw footage and all that stuff. So this helps me better analyze my business and say, you know, oh, this is like they included all this other stuff and that's why it is that much. So now this is the fun part. I want to show you just how I like to keep all of my information organized for each client and in a fun way. Stella and John, let's open this. I want to make this bigger. Okay, so welcome to my project workspace. So this is a workspace that I have for each client and each project. So I'll do a quick rundown and show you what this is. I don't really put collection as much there anymore because I have it up there, but I like to maybe detail the rough timeline of the day. So this is where you can put the rough timeline of your wedding. I like to put in the names of other vendors. These are some questions I like to ask if we book an engagement video session. And this is for the blog script. Over here is where I have a space that I can upload the files of their questionnaires. So every single couple, I like to send them a questionnaire bundle. So I send them a questionnaire when they first book and a questionnaire 30 days before their wedding. And this allows me to be able to find all of the information that I need, from where I need to be at certain times, the timeline, important people, VIPs. I always like to go to every wedding knowing at least the majority of the bridal party's names. I want to know the mother of the groom's name, and I want to know the father of the bride's name, as well as obviously the couple. And I want to know the people that are giving toasts, because I want to be able to talk to them and tell them, hey, these are some tips when you're giving your toast. You know, find your light, don't move the mic around as much. If you are in need of a questionnaire for your business and you just don't have the time to create it, my questionnaires that I personally use and have used for a few years now, you can can purchase those with this little link right here, which I'll put in the description below. Okay, so moving down, we have a little planning GIF. Is it GIF? But all of these little GIFs are GIFs I like to find from Giphy.com. So I will put, I have this little here. I have a pre-wedding checklist if they've scheduled their adventure session yet. I need to catch up with the planner and ask the DJ for audio connection. You can simply add more things here, you know, by just adding it and inserting with enter post-wedding checklist. I like to ask the photographer for a few photos for thumbnails, and I also send a video album to all of our couples. This right here is a link to mine if you want to be able to go check it out. All right, so moving down, we are now over in the editing section. This is just a little note. If you're outsourcing, put here like notes for your editor, like what the couple wants in the film, special moments, the vibe, and then share with them the questionnaires. All right, so moving down, I'll start this by looking at it like this. Okay, so now we are in editing. This is my workhorse part of my entire project. Weddings are very hard to just edit all in one sitting. So I have basically sectioned this out to be day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 6 days. Basically, it takes me about a week to do a wedding. Like about 6 days to do a wedding film, roughly like 5-hour days to do a wedding film. Each day I have set tasks. So day 1, I like to transfer, organize, and select my favorites, multicams, and favorite parts of those multicams. I'll lift the dialogue. Day 3, I'll do my rough draft. 4 and 5 is refining and mastering. As you can see, those are in blue. And 6 is delivery. Usually day 6 is like my half day. So yeah, even in my calendar, I have it set on Fridays are like my half day, because ideally I like to deliver films on Fridays. Okay, so moving down, this is info about the couple. I took this bottom part here from another YouTuber, Jules Akery, who does pretty much YouTube videos. She's a content creator, so I like to upload all of my wedding films onto YouTube. Keywords for SEO, the title of the video, usually for YouTube is not going to be the title of the couple. It's going to be something else, maybe like Vizcaya Museum wedding or something like that. Links to include, and then this is just the checklist. A lot of this is similar to like her template, but I added a couple things. Like a couple things I added was post reels of 1 to 2 fun moments from vertical video to Instagram. Make like a reel on stories, tag the client, and BTS, you know. I am working to try to get a VA to help me with blog posts and Pinterest, because sometimes, honestly, I get like through this YouTube and Instagram portion and then I never do the rest. So I really need to get better about that, and I know that for sure. So yeah, this is basically what it looks like, and this is the overall database, and this is just really a key component of my business, and it's really helped me just gain clarity on everything in a bird's eye view. Like when I quickly just need to get to my business tasks and all of you know, what I'm working on. And again, check out the description for those little things. I'll also be sharing a couple other videos here, which you can check out if you're also into tech, business, productivity videos. So these might interest you as well. And thank you again for tuning in.